Does your Whirlpool Cabrio sound like this in spin mode? Stay tuned and I'll show you how I solved the problem with a $15 part. Spoiler alert, this is what it's going to sound like when we're finished.
All right, we have a Whirlpool Cabrio and it's throwing some codes. So we're going to go through. Got this offline. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It'll give us the codes. Get that reflection off there. And we got an F2 and an E1. For both of those, it says the first thing to try is simply unplugging it. So we'll find its cord. Could be as little as having a stuck key. And then after that, we had a little bit of noise. That's interesting. Pulled the power. There's absolutely no power on this. So it must hold the power for a little while. We'll wait for those codes to exit, and then we'll have a look. So in the spin mode, it was making some noises. And if you just rotate it, it feels pretty silent, which leads us to believe that the bearings are okay. If you go online, it'll tell you probably need this little part. And again, we're going to try to clear these codes first. And then another thing on this thing there, you can see it does have some Loctite on there. They recommended you actually use the screw that came with it, put your own Loctite on. So I will be making another trip out to the garage to get that. While the washing machine, it has pretty much powered down now. But we'll give it a couple minutes to make sure all those codes die out. All right, the next thing we're going to do while the power's out on this, we're going to go and tilt it up. Also, if you don't own one already, I recommend a nice Torx kit. I got this one. I'll try to leave a link to my Amazon affiliate page. Again, I don't work for them, but if you like the tool, I definitely like this one. I just leave this in there all the time. But that's a good Torx set. That is the 53-piece Torx Plus Master Kit. And I've been happy with it for the light work that I do with it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we'll get down in here. We'll get this all off and check it out. This is a screw they recommended you just keep the original. They're saying it's a little more robust. All right, here's the part they don't show you very well, and it's how to get this spring off. Everybody glosses over it because it's not that easy. But what I'm going to tell you is the easiest way is to find the separation in the spring, which this is one end, that's the other. Try to work your way under this just to get that so you can kind of pull it down a little bit. If you can get it separated, then you'll be able to pull it out of there. It really holds on really, really well though. If I can just get this to continue to bend down. Oh, almost had it. It's like all it's got to do is come down, and once you can get it coming down, then you can just kind of, there we go. Hopefully you can see that, and then we'll just kind of come around in a circle. And that whole bad boy will come right off. All right, that's the key to that. This is the bad one. All right. I don't know if I got it a minute ago. This is the one I just took out. And what I need you to see is what's on the inside. So when we get in here, hopefully you can see this here. This is a full through crack right there. Crack, crack, another crack. On the other side, there's a crack there, another crack here, another crack here. And this thing was making a lot of noise when it was spinning at full speed. So what I've got is my new replacement one here. I've tried to put it together the same way. We've got the replacement springs, and those look like they're about the exact same size. Actually, one looks a little thicker than the other. This one here I think is original equipment. I'm going to try to put that one back on because it actually looks like it's thicker and in better shape. All right, putting it back on, just the opposite. Get that in there. You can see right in there, there's like a little notch for the spring. So that's what we're going to go for. There's my spring. I'm going to try to get that thing spread just a little bit. There, that one is in the notch. You can see it. And then I'm hoping it's going to be as easy, just continuing to press the rest of it around till it's in the notch. There. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. All right, done. All right, we'll give it a test drive. Utilities, high speed. All right, I finally found the right person on the internet to reset these codes. You're not going to see the one I had. The one I had was an F2 E1. The way you got there was the 3 presses 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Came up with that. In the other situation, that went away and then indicated my codes. And then what I learned is in order to reset that, if you think you've fixed it, you just press and hold the spin button and then it reset the code. So there you have it.